Hey everybody, welcome to our week 2 Bachelor week recap. I'm back again with Michael. I'm so excited. We have a ton of crazy to cover this week. If we thought we had crazy last week, there was nothing. Nothing compared to this week. Follow me on Twitter at dgoodyear1975, and if you're watching this on YouTube, if you could thumbs up this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would be great. And you can find all of my blogs for Bachelor at yourrealityrecaps.com/roses, and you can find my Vanderpump and my Real Housewife of Atlanta blogs at yourrealityrecap.com/bravo. And say hello to Mr. Sick Michael.
Hello, everybody. It's Michael. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MikeyRich1122, and my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills blogs at Your Reality Recap Real Housewives.
Awesome. So before we get into the episode, we have some huge Bachelor news to cover. 3 days after the premiere, we get news that Andy and Josh are done.
They seemed weird at the premiere anyways.
They seemed, now that I look back on it, yeah, it seemed weird.
She was like excessively rubbing him on the back.
I found that odd, but I'm like, well, maybe that's just how she does affection, whatever. But I just, so soon after being on live TV expressing your love for somebody, it just, I don't know if I'm shocked that they broke up. I'm very shocked at the timing of the breakup.
Being right after the premiere?
Yeah, like I thought if you're going to do it, like at least wait a few weeks or something. I don't know. It was really awkward timing on my.
They probably wanted him to come, but they probably wanted to break up, so they went, you gotta wait till afterwards. We already got to talk to, what was her name, Nikki, for 20 minutes about her breakup, so we'll go over yours next red carpet.
Or no, at the end of the season. At the end of the season. After the final rose. Yeah, after the final rose, it'll be all you, Josh. But it's just, I don't know. I think it was more her, judging by like what I've seen on social media. Like he kind of had some like weird tweets about strength and blah blah blah. So I think it was more her ending this than him, which I don't know.
I still stick to my theory from that season that she just went with a more showier person.
Convenient. I always find she didn't have as deep a mental connection with him as she did with, like, say, like a Marcus or even like
Nick.
Yeah, or Nick. Like
she was into Nick.
Yeah,
I mean, she hit it.
Nick.
So.
But like she like had like her connection with Josh was all physical. Like it was all, oh my God, he's a baseball player. That's totally my type. He's hot. Blah blah blah. And I find that those are the relationships that never end well. Like Allie and Roberto. Like that was
exactly
started, and like Vienna and Jake. Like any of those relationships that start off with pure physical attraction and not anything mental, they never last. So again, not surprised that they did break up, just surprised at the timing of it. So
probably to keep more spotlight.
Yeah, but apparently Chris and Desiree are getting married in like the next couple weeks, so I wonder if that'll be televised. I haven't seen anything.
On to the next one.
Dun, dun, dun. Alright, on to the episode. So we left off last week. He sent all of his women packing, and Kimberly comes running back. So today
called it.
You did. He lets her stay.
Of course, he's a nice guy.
It was a pity stay, right? He's probably like, well,
totally.
What do I gotta lose? I'll just let her stay, whatever. Chick's not happy with it. You can obviously tell that the chicks are like, no. But that puts her in a bad thing, because if she stays around or goes on a date, you know all the other girls are like gonna freak out. So I felt bad for her.
Because now she just started what other girls and guys are probably gonna try in future seasons.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, no, don't want to go. Don't want to
go. I'm not leaving.
Chain myself to the mansion. Nope, not going anywhere. Take me on a date. No. So yeah, so she stays. Girls aren't happy, but whatever. There's like, what, 1 million of them there. Like,
they should be cutting more at a time, I feel.
Yeah, he's not letting out a lot, so I'm wondering if there's like a big exodus one week where everyone's like, screw this, and like they just all kind of up and leave. I don't know. So first date, Jade, Ashley, Kimberly, Tara, Tandra, and Mackenzie all get chosen to show Chris their country. Now, these are always. I'm like, is that code for something? Is this code for something that I'm not quite sure about yet?
It's almost like these girls are all from different countries. It's like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, everyone's kind of like, oh my god, Kimberly got the date. Kimberly got the date. Like, obviously people are pissed, but it's alright. So he takes them to what? Rooftop. Oh, these dates are so underwhelming. Rooftop pool party.
That's the country he wanted to see. Their mountains.
He just wants to see girls in bikinis. That's all it is. Come on, let's be real about this, people.
He's being real aggressive with the kissing and stuff.
He's kissing everybody.
Episode.
Everybody.
I meant to count, but it seemed like there was, what, 7 girls he kissed?
7? Oh, God, I don't know. He kissed...
Did he kiss Whitney?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I think so. Normally I write it down in my notes. But, like, he kissed Amber, he kissed he did more than kiss Ashley. Like, they basically...
Raped.
Britt,
Then there was
Caitlin, Mackenzie...
Which apparently was very aggressive, too.
Like, and a lot, too, apparently. My God, we'll get there, but... Yeah, so rooftop pool party, and he talks to who did he talk to first? I think first he talked to
he got Ashley he pulled Kimberly aside.
Yeah, Kimberly aside, and it was kind of cute how he's like, let's start this over, and like,
yeah,
which was sweet.
He came and reintroduced himself.
Yeah, it was kind of cute. Didn't kiss her. I'm like, if you're not gonna get a kiss, maybe that's kind of the sign that you're.
Sign. Yeah, if you're not getting kissed at this point, it's kind of a sign of your doom.
Especially because he's kissing, like,
everybody. If
he wasn't kissing every single person that he comes into contact with, I'd be like, okay,
all you gotta do is ask, too.
Yeah.
Amber's just like, can I kiss you? He's like, okay, why not?
Unless you're Jordan.
Yeah, then it's like, don't touch me.
Yeah, no. So he talks to Kimberly, and then he's like, now we're gonna get to the real country part of this. He parades his half-naked women down the streets of Los Angeles.
It's a bit sexist. 6 girls walking in bikinis and cowboy boots, pretty much, down the side of the road.
Yeah.
And even Ashley's side interview getting, like, whistled at. It's like...
Downtown LA, just walking around in your bikini. You've been to LA, right? Is that how it normally is?
Explains the traffic when they shut down roads in the middle of the day so you can have a probably 40-minute tractor race down a hill because they go 5 miles per hour.
I know.
That was ridiculous.
Exactly. So they come to these tractors, and it's like, I don't know what they thought they were, like, going to be NASCARs or something. Like, how fast does a tractor go? Like, obviously not. Like, even Chris seems shocked that tractors were going that slow.
His commentary was funny, though.
I know, it was hilarious. He's pretty funny. And Caitlin's pretty funny. I wasn't liking Caitlin last episode, because she's the one with the foul mouth and the dirty jokes, but...
I think he likes it because he's kind of more reserved.
Yeah.
And she's kind of crazy. So she's making him do things.
But she's good crazy.
She's not bad. She's just, I think she sends him out of his box a little bit.
A little, yeah. And she's funny. So it's good. It's good, yeah. So they do this freaking tractor. It's more like a snail race than a race, but whatever. And Ashley wins. So he has, like, alone time with her. For, like, what seemed like an hour, apparently. Like, the girls, like, at the end of the episode were commenting about how long he was gone. Yeah, so has, like, wine, and, like, I got pictures of them, like, sitting by Hail Base, so they actually did leave the tractor to talk. And I don't even know what they said. Do you remember? Like, the conversation is so inane now.
I kind of skipped their conversation because it was just so boring with Ashley and him.
Yeah, like, it's just...
Like...
It's nothing.
She didn't really say too much.
And yeah, they don't. So then he goes back, and this was the stunning part of mine. Like, he's like in his confessionals and whatever. He's like, I really want to like get to know all of you guys and have a lot of one-on-one time with all of you guys. And then he sends 5 of them back to the mansion.
I would be pissed if I was one of those 4 that got in a bikini, sat on a tractor in a bikini, and then sat on some hay in booty shorts, and then got sent back without like even saying 5 words to him all day.
Yeah. So he picks Mackenzie
Which was
to.
surprising.
Yeah, it was. He picks Mackenzie to go on like the one-on-one part of this date, and all the other girls are like, they were kind of happy for her because she's not exactly outgoing and she's got something to tell him.
Do you think that's why she got picked? Because if you looked at all those girls, she was the only one that had like a secret.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much hand production has and what he's doing, because he had Ashley I thought she had it in the bag.
Yeah.
And like even a Jade, like I would have thought, because he liked Jade so much that first night that
he just kind of brushed them all aside.
Yeah, he just brushed them all aside and took Mackenzie, and so the girls go back to the mansion, and Mackenzie started out crazy. No?
Yeah, at least he took her to a place that was kind of realistic to what life would be like in Iowa. Just some dumpier-looking bar, sitting down, drinking a beer, talking. But you could tell she doesn't date because she's so nervous with all of her questions.
She's like, have you been to LA before? Sorry, this thing. Like, have you been to LA before? Like, did you know he was on The Bachelor? Like, you know how this works? Of course.
Maybe she didn't think it was filmed there.
Did she not watch the first couple of episodes? Like, it was just so bizarre to me.
And then her aliens
aliens.
The aliens wasn't as bad. At least it could be a conversation starter. But the big nose thing was just like, why are you talking about this right now? Like,
did you have your ear pierced? Like,
yeah,
it was a little creepy. A little creepy. And then she drops the bomb about her son. Now, I don't know about you. Like, I don't think Chris has a problem with kids. I think, it's okay. But I think, like, to tell him that you have a kid, fine, needs to know. But she went on. And as someone with kids, when you talk to people who don't have kids and don't really either know your kids or really kind of care about your kids, when you start talking about your kids like that, they stop listening to you. And it looked like he kind of stopped listening to her a little bit. Like,
I'll disagree with you on that one, because you have to think, how long have they been gone now? Her son's like little, so she probably misses him a lot. And then to finally say it, and he actually wanted to see a picture and talk a little bit about it, I think she just kind of got caught up in the moment and just started babbling about it. He didn't seem too disinterested, but
at first he did. I mean, he kind of like warmed up and was like, "Do you want to see a picture?" Yeah, and like nobody will say no, I don't want to see a picture of your kid. Like,
I do feel like she got a pity rose.
You think so? Probably. I don't know.
I think at this point, though.
Well, apparently she kissed him like 5 times that we never got to see. So
yeah, up against the limo and all this shit. But who knows? It could not even be true. She could be playing the game.
Well, Chris did tweet last night, Mackenzie, TMI, TMI.
Maybe they did then.
Which kind of confirms that maybe it happened. Which is true, because back at the mansion, oh my god, the craziness going back at the mansion. Like, Megan.
Oh, Megan and Jillian?
Megan and Jillian. In like their bikinis.
Megan bangs her head on like everything in the house to make sure that everything was hard. Like, I would be like, who is this crazy bitch that came in here with me, ramming herself into everything?
Oh gosh, like, what are you doing? Like, they just keep getting crazier and crazier. I'm like, what did you say in the casting call for this show? Like,
yeah, but then when you find out later on about her, it could kind of make sense a little bit, her behavior.
No.
She lost somebody. That's hard.
I've lost my father too. I'm not banging my head against walls and fridges. Sorry.
Everyone handles things differently.
Oh my god.
Some people wear motorcycle helmets and run around hitting walls and fridges.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, there's so much serious stuff being dropped in this episode to combat the crazy. So like, we learn about Mackenzie's kid, and then
first we learn about
Julia's talking,
and then we get to Julia.
And I feel bad for her. Like, remember her last season? I was like, I think she's a mother, like last episode.
Yeah.
I was like, I think she's a mother. Turns out she's a mother of a little girl, and her husband killed himself, which
So
just
horrible.
it is.
I feel so bad for her. Like, and it kind of showed Becca in a good light too, because Becca was very comforting.
They all were. All the
Yeah.
girls were very. Like, I know if I'd been in that room, I would have been like, I mean, I would have felt bad for her, obviously, but I've been like, oh God, here's the sob story. She's gonna get a rose.
She's not going anywhere for a little bit.
Yeah, she's here to stay once. And like, I think they're all kind of pulling for her now to get a one-on-one because that's not something you tell them at a cocktail party or
Yeah.
on a group date. Like, you
A
need a
lot
good.
of these girls with their secrets were holding out for one-on-ones.
Yeah, you need a good chunk of time. But the only down point to that is, what if you're the girl that gets the last one-on-one?
Yeah.
And now, like, you wait like 8 weeks and you haven't told him you have a kid and you haven't. So
Well, at least he's got like what, 3 on there that have kids,
there's 3 mothers and there's 2 widows.
which is just insane.
Yeah, so I mean, I think only Mackenzie's told him about their kid, right? Or did the other one tell?
She's the only one. Oh no, yeah, he knows about the daughter too.
He knows,
I think he
okay.
knows about
Because
Julia's
the one
daughter.
has 2. No, he doesn't know about Julia's daughter. I think there's another one. I think that's got 2 kids. I think he knows about that.
Yeah, I think that was from the first episode. I think he got told about that one.
Yeah. So like 2. So he doesn't know about Kelsey yet. So we'll see what he's gonna be like. What the hell?
I wonder if they did this on purpose. They were maybe a little worried he could be lackluster, and so went, hey, we gotta throw some very interesting stories from the girls' sides.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're cutting back to the house a lot too on these girls this episode.
Well, they're crazy.
Yeah, but I mean,
These women are crazy.
gotta make up for the maybe not so chatty Chris.
I don't know, but it's just, yeah. So we got Julia's news. We got Jillian and Megan breaking. And I'm sorry, but that break-in that seemed a little set up. Like his back door was open.
Just conveniently, everything was open. You can walk right into the place.
And who parks their motorcycle in their living room?
Inside.
So,
Someone is
yeah,
not running it for a
it
while.
just seemed contrived to me. Like, I think production is really kind of
Pushing things.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, Eric.
What?
He's just like, I know D. Goodyear and I know Dana and Mike are live talking The Bachelor, but it's their move on Trivia Crack. We'll play Trivia Crack later, Eric. So then we get the date card for the one-on-one, and I was like blown away that it was Megan.
Yeah, but at this point, wouldn't he be plucking girls out that he could be questionable about, so he can go on that one-on-one, see if it's worth it, and then maybe cut them the next week?
Well, normally that first one-on-one is normally, like, I would have thought it would have went to Britt, or, like, a Jade, or, like, a Whitney. Like, one of those girls, like, you have that connection with. Like, 9 times out of 10, that first date goes to someone that they had a connection with. So I was really shocked that it was Megan.
Yeah.
Even more shocked after she broke into his house and started banging her head on walls. But I was shocked.
I just think
Pleasantly,
his so far has been questionable girls, which makes me think he's trying to feel out ones that are in the middle of the pack.
maybe, you know what? And that would be like the mature, normal thing to do.
Because he's clearly got connections with like 4 girls already. So why pluck him out for dates if he already gets that time from them in group settings?
Exactly.
Take
Which is the mature thing to do. I mean, we don't normally have bachelors that are like 33 years old. Like,
yeah,
quite old for. I don't want to say old. I mean, he's only 33. He's not old, but quite old in the bachelor years. So, like, this is like the smart way to do it. But I was shocked that he did it, but I was pleasantly surprised because she got normal. Like, they did a helicopter ride.
I think booze is making some of these girls crazy.
Yeah, she was normal. She was pretty normal on the date, so I was like, okay. And they had a good connection or whatever. So, I mean, I love the helicopter ride. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon, so I have to live vicariously through my television. So I'm like all for this.
It's a giant
helicopter.
hole. Let me just tell you, it's a giant hole.
It's a giant hole. And the Hoover Dam too. Like that thing's just ginormous. Like
Yeah, that's just a huge wall. I don't know. The only thing I thought was weird about her in the date was just the way she told the story about her dad. It was
yeah,
like increment, pause, increment, pause. And it wasn't like she was getting teary-eyed as much. She was just like it's like she didn't want to say. She's just like, oh, and 3 days ago, and then
yeah. Like
this,
her
and they
story.
tried this. It was very choppy, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, that could be editing too.
Yeah,
Like there might have been like
pausing it out.
about stuff like that. So it might have been editing. But yeah, like her story is that a coworker got her to try out or audition. She got cast, and 3 days later, her dad had a massive heart
Have a heart
attack and
attack.
died, which is awful. Like I don't know how you recover from that and like go on a like I know like for me like when my dad died it was awful and I don't think I could have.
I can't just say you could just up and jump on a reality TV show.
Yeah,
That's just
exactly.
crazy.
But you know what? Her mother wanted her to do it,
Yeah.
so good for her. Like, good for her for getting on with her life. You know, her father wouldn't want her to mourn forever, and so
Yeah.
good for her. So we do have a question from Lena, and she says, "Why do you think Megan got the first one-on-one date with Chris instead of his obvious favorites? Was it because of her dad's recent death?"
See, that's what I'm saying. It just seems convenient that the girls that are getting picked all have stories.
Yeah, like does production say, well, maybe try this one?
Yeah.
So yeah, because I mean, I don't think he knew about the death. Like he seems very
Surprise.
surprised at the thing, but like I don't know if production's in his ear or what. But you never know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's
I
just
like my theory.
coincidence.
He's picking through the middle of the pack.
Yeah, exactly. So you never know. You never know what's going on in his mind. Like maybe he's just like, I don't know about this girl. She seems nice. She's a blonde, so like you know how he has to cut out the blondes.
One by one.
They're gone. Exactly. So then we
So then they
get.
go on a fun date.
Oh my god, this zombie date was just.
That was so cool. I want to do that.
It was cool, but
Well, I mean, the only
okay.
scary thing was giving Ashley S a gun, but
Ashley S
otherwise,
is the
it looked
scariest
fun.
human being on the face of the planet. Scariest human being ever. Like that girl has yet to blink. Yet to
Yep.
blink.
And she wanders everywhere.
Like and she's just so like dead eyes.
Yeah, she's
You know, like
crazy.
nothing there, just dead eyes and like at first I don't think she quite understood. Like I think she thought she was playing paintball and she's like, I'm gonna shoot y'all and they're like,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
think she
no.
thought she was shooting people, and it was like, no, you're not shooting us. And I love with who said it. I think it was someone. God, I don't know which girl said it. I don't think they showed you who said it, but it was like, if it has lipstick on it, don't shoot it. Someone said that to her, like in the crowd of people, and they were like talking about it.
Oh my god, yeah, like it's just she's just crazy. And then like she's like waving that gun around and then she like shoots someone and then like comes like right after them. It's like bam, bam, like she's
But he brought a good group of girls. It seemed like a half and half of who he was interested in because he brought
yeah.
Kelsey, Trina, Alyssa, Tracy, Jillian, Julia, Becca, Caitlin, Amber, Britt, Ashley S. But you knew they were
Yeah.
doing something very active because that was a lot of girls to bring to one place.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it was a good group of girls. Like Caitlyn, I love like this episode has totally like got me on like Team Caitlyn now. Like she's hilarious. Her like off camera like her on camera stuff like alone is just
She
so
has the best
funny.
side interviews. She has
She
some funny
does.
side interviews.
Her and Jillian. I really like Jillian too. Like Jillian's side interviews are pretty funny too.
I have a weird theory or a weird guess, and I think one of those two is the tent girl.
Is it Tech
Because
Girl?
they're kind of ballsier girls. The girl that gets in the tent with them
Oh, the tenth
in the
girl.
preview. I
Well,
think it's one of those two.
maybe it's Ashley I who decides she doesn't want to be a virgin anymore.
Oh, God, wouldn't that be classic? Goes in there and gives him a hand job because she's a virgin.
No, yeah. So, God, this zombie date. It was fun. Poor the Twitter comments about Amber last night. were so bad. I was just cringing. But it was like, poor. See, you know what they say about the black people in horror films, right? Like they're always the first
The first to go.
And Amber was terrified. So like you can imagine all the Twitter comments going around about why Amber was so scared. I was like, this is so terrible, but I can't help but laugh. I'm going to hell.
But they kind of broke off in a couple groups, but I feel bad for the two that got stuck with Ashley. She was just walking around shooting guys on the ground.
Oh, like, I know.
I would have been pissed if I was working there as that zombie and some bitch comes up and shoots me like 3 times in the stomach while I'm laying on the ground.
Because those things
I'd be like, you bitch. I had welts for a week on my back, and I only got shot twice in like the 5 hours I was there.
Those things hurt. Like,
And
I've seen people
painful.
that are like, they do it like the night before their wedding, and I've like seen like brides show up like bruised from paintball. So,
it's fun. It's a lot of fun to do it, but
any brides don't do this the day before your wedding.
Like, it's a fun thing, and I think the girls had a good time doing it, but yeah. Which one got shot in the ankle?
Oh, I think that was
Was
Tandra?
that Becca?
It was one of the blondes. I think it was Tandra.
I just love, she's like, Ashley, you shoot me in the ankle? She's like, maybe in some crossfire.
No, she's like, maybe it was a ricochet.
Oh yeah, maybe it was a ricochet. I was like, there is no ricochet in paintball.
And like,
you shot her in the leg.
And like, Ashley's walking around
with his gun, like pointing at the faces of these girls, and they're all like, "Don't point it at me! Don't shoot me!" The whole time.
I'm terrified of her, and she's walking around going, "Am I in Mesa Verde? Am I in Mesa Verde?"
What is that?
I looked it up. It's a park in Colorado.
Is she from Colorado?
Oh,
this bitch is crazy.
Bitch is crazy. Like, seriously, like, scary crazy. And then she's, like, muttering about the truth, boom, and I'm like, what? I can't, I couldn't even follow. And I'm trying to take notes for my blog, and I'm like, I can't even make sense of this. I don't know how I'm going to make sense of this. And then I found a Vine video. So, like, thank Christ, I can just link the Vine video so that people don't think that I'm a babbling idiot. Because I'm just like, God.
But wait a second. Wait a second. Do you want to play hide and seek?
No. Not with Ashley.
And then I just love how he's like, okay, do you want me to hide first? And she just stands there. Like Blake alien looking at her. Like she was legit crazy. Like she was like not on something. She was talking to cats. Like
well then like Chris is doing his interview or whatever. And she interviews like he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? I don't even know what you're asking me right now. Like,
well, you knew she was coming because the camera zoomed out from him. You're like, oh, someone's showing up on his interview.
Like, and he looked terrified of her too. Like, it's just.
Yeah, I think at that point he was a little bit scared. But she was say something about like, you can't have it all, but the galaxy wants it or something. Just some ass backwards statement. I was just like,
I don't know. And like, who's gonna get the rose? Maybe the angels are gonna get the rose. Like. What is she on, and where do I find it? Like that's
Are we in a dome? Are we in a dome? No, we're not in a dome. Oh my god, I thought we were in a dome. Are we in Mesa Verde? Like, what the fuck? This bitch was crazy, rambling.
I don't know what she's on. Like,
and I wish they would have put a time marker, because I want to know how long he got stuck wandering with her through that maze of paintball. Because every time they went to him, they were in a different spot. So clearly they were walking around for a while.
Oh my god, poor Chris. I feel so terrible for him. It's like, what's wrong with these girls? And then and then they flip back to the mansion and you got Jordan who's like just hammered. And I'm like, what happened? Because Tara is pulled together. Like that group date that she went on for the tractor was the day after pretty much the same day as the cocktail party, because that cocktail party, if you notice, when Ashley came outside with Chris, it was daylight.
Oh, yeah.
So that pool party happened the same, like, within 24 hours. So, and she was normal, and she was not hungover. Like, I gotta give Tara some credit where the girl can hold her liquor.
Hey, if she says straight up she only does shots, she's gonna wake up the next day perfectly fine.
Like,
Those people, I've got a friend like that. My husband's like that. They just wake up fine because that's what they're used to.
she was perfectly fine. And then you got Jordan, who was like drunk the day before, drunk all that day, apparently couldn't even wake the hell up for one of the date cards.
At the end, she's just laying there, just checking her own pulse
Yeah.
while she's sleeping.
I think she's alive. Like, so she's twerking, and I'm like, oh Lord. And then she's like, just goes off on Jillian, like about Jillian and how hairy her ass is. I'm like, how do you know how hairy this girl's ass is? Like, what are you doing?
Just drunk hating.
So there's another crazy. So you got crazy Mackenzie, you got crazy Jordan, you got crazy Ashley, crazy Megan. Tara was not crazy today, though.
Yeah, she was pretty crazy that first episode.
I think she's drunk.
She was a liquor crazy.
She was liquor crazy.
You gotta put the crazies and the drunks in the same category, though, because they're all over the place.
Like, I couldn't understand. Like, so, like, all these crazy people all in one go, and I'm just like, I can't. Then we go back to the friggin' zombie thing, and it's like, he actually has a talk with Britt here. He reconnects with Britt, and Britt's pretty confident about their relationship, so she tells him, and he gives her like
boyfriend in this episode.
Her boyfriend? No, that was
later
Caitlin.
On.
That was Caitlin. No,
that was Britt. She started crying.
Oh yeah,
sure. Later.
Oh yeah. Oh, the rose ceremony, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it was cute. The card he gave her.
Yeah, and she wasted no time collecting on that free kiss.
Nope.
Like, those two are hot for each other, so...
But I think she's going to be the one that has a meltdown later. Because she's going to get way caught up in her feelings. Even though she was already saying she doesn't care. Clearly, she's going to get caught up.
Because it's one thing saying you don't care and not seeing things happen, but once you start seeing, like, what you don't know doesn't hurt you, so when you start seeing him kiss other girls, like, that's when crazy bitches start to happen. But like, he talks to Britt, and then he kind of goes to the group, and this is the one thing that like Tyler and I talked about at length last season with Andy, is the group date rose being given out in front of every single person. Like, hate that. And he gives it to Caitlin, right?
Yeah, he gives it to
Caitlin. He gives it to Caitlin. And Britt was a little like, what? Like, because they just had this great talk, and then he gives it to Caitlin. So she's like, what the hell? So there's the kind of the start of the Britt breakdown. And then everything goes like, I didn't even see. I think he sent Ashley home at that point because I didn't see her.
No, she was there when they toasted. She was the last one to get up, and she was like, when she got up, she was like.
I didn't even see her.
Everyone stood up, and she was like the furthest in the corner, like from the camera. So when everyone stood up, you couldn't see her, and she was there for like a millisecond. She stood up, and she had crazy eyes. She was like drinking the air, like bonkers.
I think after the zombie party, I think they kind of kept her. Like,
she's clearly on something, and she's not taking it.
Yeah,
it's gotta be, because it makes no sense.
Because she goes from like normal to crazy in about 10 seconds flat. Like,
I think because they drink.
He'll be there was no alcohol here though, I don't think, or not a lot.
Yeah, but if they drank before.
But like, cause she'll go into like regular conversation, and then it starts going, "Are we in Massavert?" Like, it's like a whole new person comes in.
She thought she was somewhere else.
So weird. And then finally we get to the cocktail party. These 2-hour episodes are killing me. Bachelor Canada's only 1 hour. It's so much easier to keep track of. I'm telling you right now. Cocktail party. Ashley I is revealed to all the girls at this point that she is a virgin.
And I don't understand Mackenzie's obsession over it.
Because Mackenzie's crazy.
And she's 21, so she thinks every guy just wants a virgin.
Exactly. So she's like, oh, I'm so jealous. I can't even say I'm a virgin because I have a kid. Well, maybe you should open your legs. Right?
I can't laugh. That's very true. You could have been a virgin if you didn't get pregnant like,
shoulda, woulda, or at least had you worn a condom or had birth control, he could have pretended to be one. Like, come
maybe
on.
she was trying out for Teen Mom before she tried out for this.
Oh my god. I can't even. So, gosh,
But
Chris and
he,
Ashley start to talk, and she's wearing like this like two-piece dress or whatever, and she shows him her belly button ring. That's the
she
shape
got
of
3 wishes though, so
wishing on her genie belly button ring. That's for sure. And I guess he's like,
Jasmine
well,
up in there with her little genie.
yeah. He's like, well, I guess I'll wish for a kiss then. And like, this was like, he was on top of her. All the girls.
She was like eating his face. She was like shoving his face. I think she was trying to find lips, but she was like shoving his face on her. And then like he like laying on her right in front of all the girls. I was like, man.
And this is where Britt kind
Starts
of
losing it.
Starts to lose it. But we have another question on Twitter from Lena at ENHXO. Do you think Chris will overlook the fact that Ashley I is a virgin, or will he send her home because of it?
I think she's not going anywhere anytime soon.
I think he likes her too. I
think he likes her before the virgin thing. I don't think the virgin thing's an issue to him.
Would it be an issue to you?
No.
No?
Probably because that was so slutty, it'd be kind of a nice, refreshing thing.
Oh my god.
Like, oh, you're pure? Cool.
Yeah, I don't think...
I'll grow up that one day.
Yeah, from him being from Iowa and stuff like that, I don't
think he had a single problem with it.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have an issue with Ashley being a virgin.
If he's not going to care that half these girls got kids, then he's not going to care about a virgin.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's like too uber. Well, he was engaged, but like I don't think he's too uber experienced.
If she makes it to the boom boom room, I bet you she puts out.
Oh my god, the boom boom room. Stop. But, and my god, Jordan is drunk for like what, the 3rd day in a row.
And she's just like fucking messy drunk. Her hair in her interviews like all puffy all over the place, like
sloppy drunk.
The girl's a mess.
She is a hot mess, and she corners him and is like, I just want to kiss you. And he's like, I don't want to touch you.
But she kept putting her head down. She's like, I want to kiss you. Shove her head down. Is that weird? Put her head down. Like it was like she was waiting for like the grab. Oh, but there's something I know we missed. I wanted to say something. Did you notice when he kissed Caitlyn at the zombie thing, he had to like shake her?
No.
Yeah, when they were sitting next to each other, she was kind of looking down, and he wanted to kiss her, and he shook her leg, her knee, and she looked up, and then he kissed her. Rewatch it.
I'll have to.
He like shook her, kissed her.
Maybe like, he was trying to be cute. Like
he really wants to kiss these people, I think.
Yeah, and like I mean, Amber, all you had is like, can I kiss you? Okay. Like, I think that too was what got Britt a little upset too, was that because she would go in and be like, I kissed him, and so like now he's not just kissing her and someone else he's got a connection with, he's kissing everybody. And the only kiss I missed, and the only kiss I missed was Whitney. Like I can't remember.
I'm thinking back now. I don't think they kissed. I think they just did the shot and then they hugged.
Maybe, yeah.
I just watched it too. You can go now.
Like I forget. I'm gonna have to rewatch that too. But yeah, like she had this cute little setup going. She was one of the only ones that didn't get a date. It was like her and Jordan, I think, were the only.
She put some effort in though. That was a cute.
Yeah, like a little setup with his favorite bottle of whiskey, and I'm like, you better hide that from Tara because she'll drink that in about 10 seconds. So,
probably.
Poor Jordan, my God, because he's probably drinking the bar in that mansion away. So yeah, it's just, and like I think he was done talking with Jordan, and then like Chris Harrison comes in, and I swear to God, like the expression on his face when Chris walks in the room is like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Like, I think at this point he's had enough of the crazy talk. Like, we didn't even get to see anything with Ashley S. Like, God knows what kind of crazy she was pulling out.
She was probably asleep.
I had a hard time finding her, too, because she did her hair a little differently.
Yeah, she was different. She had, like, straightened.
Yeah, and she looked really pretty, and I was just like, it's such a shame that you're fucking nuts, because you're cute.
Yeah.
Like,
I also think the reason why he's kissing everyone, though, is at least if I was in his spot, you know everyone's tested. Let's be real here. Everyone's clean. No one's getting on there with something on that show. And it's early on with these many girls. He's got to kiss to see if there's something possible there. If you think about it, that's a good way to really know if you can have that spark outside of conversation.
Yeah, but there's just something extremely disturbing about like ramming your tongue down one person's throat
he is very,
and then ramming it down another girl's throat 10 seconds later.
Well, that Caitlyn kiss was very sloppy too.
Like it's like
that was like mouth open, tongue out, like licking each other's faces, kissing.
It's like all of these girls have basically kissed each other.
Pretty much.
Because he's just ramming, like, it's just awful.
And poor Amber had to ask.
I know.
But she got it. He kissed her.
He did kiss her. Hold on, I think I have a tweet. Oh, she's bad. Hold on, sorry. Never mind. Okay. One of my followers, Heather, agrees that Jordan's a messy drunk. She's terrible. She's terrible. So finally, you know what I want to see more of that they haven't shown in recent episodes is the deliberation. What's going through Chris's mind as he they used to go into the room and he used to talk with Chris.
Or does that start happening in a couple weeks?
It didn't happen a lot the last couple of seasons.
Maybe they're getting away from that because it's there's still 16 left after tonight.
That's a lot.
And there's 7 more weeks or something.
There was 23. There's 18 left because there was 23 at the end of last episode, and he only got rid of 5.
I would have been like, can I get rid of 10?
18 girls left. But I want to see him deliberate. I want to know what's going through his head and
what
the honest, the honest stuff that he's talking to Chris about, not the bull crap that he's portraying for the camera. So at this rose ceremony was probably the best thing I've seen in a long, long, long time. There was one rose ceremony where it was Juan Pablo's season when a girl thought that she was called and went down. But this time he's going through. He gives Britt the first rose, doesn't make her sit and wait or whatever. Gives Britt the first rose, and he's going through his thing, and girls are getting roses, and then he gets to Julia, and Jillian.
And of course they're standing right in front of each other.
Yeah.
That's Jillian the look of it too.
Jillian's thinking he said Jillian, so she walks, and then she trips on the carpet or slides.
I think it's she hit that first step and realized it wasn't her, and she was gonna stop, and then slipped out in front of herself.
Oh my god, it was the best thing ever. So she almost just eats shit. And she covers herself well. She didn't fall, but she almost went down.
That was an aggressive laugh.
That was a laugh of mortification. That's what that was.
That was a lot of
laugh of mortification. And so she's just she's laughing. She's still laughing as Julia's getting a rose. It was so funny.
At least she got one.
She got one.
So it's awkward to do that and then not get picked.
Yes, and you see through the whole rose ceremony, they're kind of cutting back to confessionals with Tara going, "Oh, I don't think he wants a girl that's all made up. I think he wants a natural beauty, blah blah blah." So I'm like, "Oh God, something bad is this is cue that something bad's gonna happen with Tara." Poor Whiskey. The last girl to get a rose is frickin' Ashley S. Onion is surviving.
Which is totally production.
Totally production.
They'll totally go next week. They just wanted to keep her for entertainment.
For sure. But then we got...
And those girls' faces, Kelsey's face, when she, moved to let her walk by, I was like, seriously? This bitch? Did you not see her at the zombie thing?
Yeah, and I'm just think about, poor Kimberly and poor Alyssa and poor Tandra, 3 of the normal girls that got sent home have to watch this bitch get a rose.
Because there's at least, I said in the beginning, I think there's a good 10 girls that are for sures, and then everyone else is fillers, and then they add crazy.
Yeah, it's just...
Because there's just too much.
I couldn't even. I was like, what the hell? So we got our drunks went home, like Tara and Jordan went home, and then Kimberly, Alyssa, and Tandra. Now, none of them got very much screen time, whatever, except for Tara and Jordan.
Tara
I'm like,
got the most, yeah.
I
Tara
mean, if you were
did.
blonde, you're basically going home. Like, you just kind of have to walk into a rose ceremony going, like, 3/4 of the blondes in this room won't last the night
That's the way it's been.
and call it a day. So, what do you think? Did he make the right decision?
For what he had to do, yeah. Because I don't think he was into Kim at all. Like, to even get a one-on-one time with him and still not get picked after coming back, begging, like, clearly he just wasn't into her.
That's going to be a huge, like, ego killer right
The only one I
there.
thought was kind of odd was Alyssa, because she was the stewardess, the airline
Yeah,
stewardess, right? And so I
yeah,
thought she had a cute little entrance with him, but I don't
yeah,
think she ever had time with him.
yeah. Like, I
Because
mean,
she was on that first date, but she got, like, sent home after, like, an hour.
yeah, like, granted, at this point, like, we're not seeing even 3/4 of what's going on in this,
Yeah.
like, so God knows what happened, but I'm just like, I kind of wish he would have swapped out, like, Ashley for, like, an Alyssa or a Tandra. Like,
Yeah.
I felt bad for the poor girl. She's cute, and I'm like, this, and Ashley's so, like, I get crazy, but scary crazy is like,
She's, like, murder someone in this house overnight.
yes, murder something, and like everyone's like joking, like Tara and Jordan go meet Craig, like the guys from Andy's season last year
Yeah.
were all like on Twitter, like just joking around, like go meet Craig, go meet Craig, because he was the one that got so drunk that he had to be like taken out
They, like,
on the first
escorted him
night.
out last season.
Yeah, like go meet, like there's your match right there, Bachelor in Paradise right there, Tara, Jordan, and Craig.
Just send all the drunks in on the first episode. That would be awesome.
That'd be so funny. And then put in like that Chris, the douchey Chris, whatever his last name is, from Bachelor Pad or Bachelor in
Oh,
Paradise.
yeah. It was just there for camera.
Yeah, the one that like went home with the girl and then they broke up like 2 weeks later. Whatever. But that's this episode. They're still, from what I've seen in previews, they're still stateside next week. They're not going anywhere. Back at the mansion. They're not
I would
gonna.
imagine we got a couple weeks of that house, unless they start really doing some cuts.
Yeah, that's a lot of girls to be like traveling around and.
Because that camping trip looked like there's at least 6 girls there.
Yeah.
So either that's the final girls, or that could be a group date coming up, an overnight date thing.
Oh God, who's gonna be in that tent? I can't wait.
I just want to know, because that's going to cause a huge rift between all the girls.
It will. It will. I can see Britt having a major, because she's very like kind of like possessive, like that's her boyfriend, kind of like. There's always that one girl who like right off the bat sees him as
Or man.
her boyfriend. Like he's my boyfriend now. We went out on a date, and then they always get like, oh my God, I haven't seen him alone in like 8 weeks or like 8 dates. I'm like, well, obviously you got the first one-on-one date, so you're done. Like,
But did you notice something that I thought was interesting was that Whitney pulled kind of a Nick from last season at that rose ceremony. Just popping out right off the bat, stealing him away from everybody and doing something cute.
well, but she should. She didn't get
Yeah.
a date. Like, if you don't get a date, I
You
don't
gotta
see
pull out the
Whitney like.
stops.
I don't see Whitney
No,
creeping
no, I
into
don't
his
mean like that.
house.
But I'm just
Like,
saying, like, it was smart of her just to instantly take advantage of the moment.
oh yeah, she's smart, and
Because everyone bashed Nick, but I didn't really dislike Nick last season.
I did but it was because of his attitude.
He was there for Andy. I think if she would have picked him, they would probably have gotten married.
I think so too.
I don't
think
think
she
he was
totally
there for
picked her up.
camera, and he was there for her. And the only reason he exposed her at the reunion was because he was pissed.
He was hurt. Like,
Which you can't blame him. I mean, who knows what she told him in that room, and they had sex and all that stuff, and you just turn off and go with the jock, pretty much.
yeah, I don't know.
Which is a typical girl thing.
Hey. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. But yeah, I think that's it. We got it down to under an hour this week.
Oh, yeah.
But you keep talking because I do have a surprise guest coming to tell you about the future plans of your reality recaps. So,
sounds good. It's been a while, so we can't run all this ourselves.
I know. I am tired. I need a vacation.
I mean, I can only look pretty for so long.
I know. Hello, you ready to tell everybody? Okay, hold on. I'm going to put you on speaker. Hold on a second. Okay, hello?
Hello.
Okay, talk. Tell everybody what's going to happen soon.
Dana's having a baby.
No. No.
Oh. Michael's having a baby.
Yes.
I wish.
No. We're coming back, everybody. John and I are going to be back doing shows the first Sunday in February. That's right. Back with live news shows. The first Sunday of February. You heard it your first live and exclusive. Dana and Michael's Bachelor recap.
There you go, everybody. You heard it now. It doesn't happen the first Sunday of February. Angry tweets to at reality recaps.
Right, I know. It'll happen, everybody. It's happening. We're already planning.
Yeah, he's going to move in soon, right, Eric? Almost ready to move into your house?
I'm in my house. I'm painting right now. Don't you hear me rolling? Roller, roller, roller.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Rolling in the deep.
Jack, again, the internet switches are being flipped on next Monday. John and I are shooting some exciting promos. We have lots of giveaways lined up for our first show back with a special guest, but I'm not allowed to say who yet.
Who is it, me? Just kidding.
Well, it's all happening in less than a little more than 2 weeks. First Sunday of February. So back, bitches.
Alrighty. Okay, Eric, I'll call you back later, okay?
Okay, have a good end of the show. Bye, Mike. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love ya.
All right, everybody. You heard it here first. John and Eric back. First Sunday of February. All new shows. They're revamping Reality Check. It's going to be so much fun to have these boys back. I can't wait to give Eric back his freaking website so I can get some sleep. All I have to say, I am taking vacation. I am taking vacation. I am writing my blogs and doing my show, and they are dealing with everything else. I am done for a little bit. But yeah, that being said, so shows are back in like 3 weeks, almost a little less than 3 weeks. You can find me on Twitter at dgoodyear1975, and all of my Bachelor blogs are on yourrealityrecaps.com/roses, along with this show and all of our other recap shows, and my Bravo blogs for Vanderpump Rules and Real Housewives of Atlanta. God, I do a lot. Every time I rhyme off what I'm doing, I'm like, Jesus Christ. You can find all of those blogs at yourrealityrecaps.com/bravo. Now, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at MikeyRich1122, and my blogs at Your Recaps, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
No, yourrealityrecaps.com/bravo.
Oh, yeah.
All
Bravo.
of our Bravo content is there. And oh my gosh, you have to go there and you have to listen to John's audio blogs. He is reading you the cast blogs on the Bravo page from Beverly Hills, Atlanta, and Vanderpump Rules. So he's reading you their blogs. He's interjecting little tidbits of his own humor, and they are hilarious. Don't tell my boss this, but I listen when I'm at work. And it gets me through the night. He's hilarious. And these women are fucking nuts from Atlanta. I'm sorry, but
Atlanta's getting good.
Mimi's
getting checked.
She is crazy. So you need to listen to John, read these blogs, so you know what these ladies are really thinking about all the crap that is going down on these shows. They are the best things ever. Best things ever.
Pretty much.
I just put them in when I'm at work and I'm bored, and
that's what I do. I just listen to podcasts. It makes time go by faster when I'm working.
Exactly. The only thing is I have to like stop whenever I get a customer. But yeah, no. Hilarious. Go check out John's stuff. Go check out our stuff. Go check out everything. Celebrity Apprentice. Vince is blogging Celebrity Apprentice right now. And starting on the 23rd of January, King of the Nerds 3 starts, and Melissa is blogging that. She already has the cast preview up, so check out the website for that and see who you're going to like for that show. And yeah, that's it. We are done for this week, and we will see you next week. So, bye.
Bye.